All right, we are back. You counted us out.
Painful, bro.
Counted us out. You tried to hate on us, and look what happened. Oh my gosh. We are back, y'all, with episode 300. Appreciate you tuning back in. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys for showing us online. Follow us. I'm on IG section.300. Follow us on Twitter, section300pod. Make sure you subscribe to the show here. We appreciate all the love we've been getting. Y'all really starting to tune in, man. We appreciate the support. So we're back again to here to talk about NFL Week 15. I got a little pep in my step today, feeling a little good. My Ravens got the job.
Purple do-rag on and everything.
Purple do-rag and all we had nice game the other day. Lamar, even through the shits he had and all that, I got the job done against the Browns and what many people are calling one of the best Monday night games we may have ever seen. So very happy to get that job done. Now we move on. So Alec, how you feeling about last week? How you feeling about the games going on Sunday and just everything going on in the NFL right now?
Man, Monday night was painful. Monday night was painful. As you said, I had predicted that the Browns would win that game. They ended up losing close game, but I didn't care that the Browns lost. I cared that my fantasy team got knocked out of the playoffs.
I know, on the wound, you know.
Ravens defense gave me -4 points.
Yeah, and we're in a very competitive fantasy football league. A few of our close friends are in it, and we have a bunch of teams that are right floating around that 8-5, 7-6 kind of range.
Teams in playoff contention.
Alec and our friend Matt was on the show a few times. Alec and Matt were playing each other, and Monday night, the deciding factor was Alec having the Ravens defense on his team. So the other Ravens on the field in real life did real good. They had like -6 points fantasy-wise, and that cost Alec the game. He ended up losing and falling out of the playoffs. So
I think I came in with like a 20-point lead, and he had like Andrews and Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt went off on y'all.
Kareem Hunt went off again. Get the job done. Hey, you hate to see it. I can't relate. My team won. My hands team won. I'm in the playoff. That's secure. Hoping for another good weekend. Hopefully, my running backs all hurt, but we don't work it out. But yeah, just a little salt on the wound. You know, insult to injury. I'm pretty picking the Browns this week. Even though I try to tell you, our boys are back and on the rise. So
that was painful.
I'm pretty happy for that.
That was painful. I think with them saying like it may be the best Monday night game, like. Maybe I still think that Chiefs. What was that? Was that Chiefs Rams?
Chiefs Rams. That was top 5.
Yeah.
It was a top 5 game. I wouldn't say it was. I didn't think it was top 2 myself, but I was just saying it was a really good one. Maybe we're out at the moment.
Very high scoring game between the Browns and Ravens. A lot of drama with Lamar going out for cramps, and then Trace McSorley coming in getting hurt, and Lamar coming back to the rescue. With his little bottle back out onto the field.
Oh my gosh, I was annoyed that whole game, to be honest, because as I told you, I thought the Ravens were going to win. I didn't expect it to be as close as it was, but I felt pretty confident going into the game. And for us to be up 2 touchdowns and Lamar went out and they gained momentum and steal it back, I was like, oh, here we go. It's going to be some BS to close this game out. But Lamar found his way back. Hopefully he wiped his ass before he walked back out there and got back on the field.
Claims he didn't pull a Paul Pierce, but
Paul Pierce, and I did the same thing because Paul Pierce had to fake an injury to go out, but he was crying on the court, had to get a wheelchair out and all that shit. I'm glad Lamar didn't do that, but he went back to handle whatever he had to do and came back out when we needed him most and got the job done for us. So salute to him, salute to Marquise Brown who got that pass to get the lead for us. Willie Snead, the receivers just
dropped 3 balls before that. But
dropped 3 balls before that, and that was a thing I was going to note later on that still needs to be acknowledged. But for now, and just celebrating that team and the victory, also wanted to acknowledge them for the success that they did have. So yeah, I want to salute them for catching at least some passes on Monday night. So yeah, definitely very fun to watch. Now I'm happy.
I was going to shout out Baker too as well because he actually had a good game throwing for like almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. And a lot of time, like we give a lot of credit to the Browns rushing attack with Chubb and Hunt, which obviously Hunt was key to them putting up their offense. But Baker also played a really good game, and he's under the microscope a lot in that Browns offense, and with having his commercials and all the other stuff that he gets hated on for, like, it was good to see him produce on the field. So.
Yeah, I know this is going to be kind of obvious with me wearing my Ravens stuff, but I'm gonna ask a question. Hopefully, it's not too much hating. Do you think that Baker has that same type of game if Lamar does not go out? Because Lamar and the Ravens are rolling still. They're up 2 touchdowns. Lamar goes out, and then with Trace in, the Browns do momentum and tie it up, and it becomes the game that we saw it was. And then once Lamar comes right back in, the Ravens take the lead again. So in my opinion, it was like, yes, I understand everybody's giving the Browns a lot of love for competing, having a much better game than we did week 1. Remember, we blew them out 38-6 on week 1, like that. So for them to compete the way it was, for Baker to have to show him that he did, definitely should be applauded. But at the same time, everyone's like, I saw people like Stephen A. saying that the Browns came out of this as a winner as well, and they seem like a big threat because of Baker's performance. I'm like, yes, he looked good, but had Lamar not gone down, it might be a blowout again. So how do you feel about the impact of Lamar going down and that context being added into Baker's performance?
I can see the impact of Lamar going down having a shift in momentum, but like Lamar doesn't line up on the defensive side of the ball. That's up to the Ravens.
We thought it was a major energy boost for the Browns once Lamar went out, and they were able to pick on the end defensively. They picked on our Ravens offense, and the Browns offense in return energy that the defense provided and ended up doing their thing as well. So there was a big drop in energy on the Ravens side when Lamar went out, and a big boost on the Browns side when he did, and that ended up resulting to them taking the lead for a moment while Lamar was out. So I think that little thing in there doesn't get enough attention, but definitely still wants to lose. It was a good performance.
I think had the Ravens ended up losing, like, I guess, like, I mean, Lamar easily.
I asked like, if Lamar stayed in the whole game and Baker had the same performance, but they lost by 3 touchdowns, are we still saying the same thing about Baker?
Had the same performance, but they lost. But
he still put up like 45 points, still looked decent. But at the same time, the Ravens end up winning by 2 touchdowns. Is it the same reaction to the Browns?
To Baker, I think so.
Okay.
To throwing for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, I think, because we haven't really seen that from him this year. Like it's pretty much been Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt getting it done, and Baker throwing for like 190 yards or something. But
quick timeout. My dog looking around. Let's go. All right.
The closet?
Huh?
Is that the closet?
No, that's the door to my room.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you why you put the dog in the closet.
No. Crazy. Go ahead.
But I was saying, like, Baker hasn't been like a major factor in them winning a lot of these games, in my opinion. I think it's more so been on the defense and Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So to see him pass for 400 yards and get 3 touchdowns, I think is a good sign for them going forward against other teams, because the Ravens are supposed to be one of the better teams in the AFC. So I think it would still be a good sign, him having a productive game like that.
Right. I was trying to hate because I still see that he definitely didn't. Before, as you mentioned, he kind of did his job. He was there and just did enough, and now he's really a big impact. So definitely needs to be applauded. I'm just saying that there's also a big part of, hey, they kind of did what they did partially because their MVP on the other side was out for a quarter. So just wanted to make sure we acknowledge the full context of what we saw Monday night. So definitely a great game, and now